Morning students of class 10. Let us begin the lesson number 3, acids, bases and salts. This you are learning from since class 7, and you will learn about what do we call acids and bases and alkalis. So I'm not going to teach that basic things. We are not going to learn in it, but we'll just touch for a while just to recap what we learned already. Now, acids is a compound when dissolved in water yields hydronium ion H2O plus H3O plus. You can see in this when the HCl dissociates, it gives hydrogen ion and chloride ion. This hydrogen ion join with the water molecule, and mix hydronium ion. So this is called H3O plus ion. So it's we call acid. Right. Now bases, compound which reacts with hydronium ion H plus or H3O plus, right, of an acid to give salt and water. You can look at this reaction. CuO plus 2HCl, it gives you, this is salt, CuCl2 plus water. So this reacts, this hydrogen ion join with the water molecule, right, and we have salt and water. So a compound which react with hydronium ion of an acid to give salt and water is called base. An alkali is a compound when dissolved in water, it yields hydroxyl ion. This is very important. When a compound is dissolved in water, it yields hydroxyl OH minus ion as the only negative charge particle, only negative charge ions. This is the only negative particle, right? Whereas if you learn this, it gives hydronium ion as the only positively charged ions when you dissolve in water. Other becomes a negative charge particle, chloride ion or sulfate ion or phosphorus. Right? So these are the basic things about the acid, base and salts, alkalis. These you learn, and we just touch again for a while about classifications of acids and bases. In this lesson we generally are going to study more and we're going to focus on salts, the preparation of salts, which is very important from this perspective of the board exam. Now, classifications of acids and bases. They have given the parallel studies, right? So when you look at this, on the basis of strength of acids and of alkali. So here we are learning about the source. We received acid from the organic plants, which gives us organic acids, which is not harmful, right? For example, they are given citric acid, oxalic acid, tartaric acid, acetic acid, which we receive from the plants, fruits, most probably. And inorganic acids we derive from minerals, which other name is mineral acid. For example, HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, etc. On the basis of molecular composition of acids, what it contains. If it contains hydrogen, we call it hydracids. If it contains oxygen, we call it oxyacids. So, for example, HCl, HBr, HI contains hydrogen. H2, right? So we call it hydracids. And oxygen, if it's there, we call it oxyacids. So it contains hydrogen, another element, and oxygen. Look at this: hydrogen, another element is nitrogen, and then oxygen. Hydrogen, another element is sulfur, and oxygen. So it is oxyacids. On the basis of strength, we talk about the strength of acids and bases. So we are going to see, this is already we learned in a class 8, class 7, and the lesson is there about acids, bases and salts. So it's a gradual learning. We already learned something, and we are going to learn a little more about that, right? So these we will learn in a class 7. Just little touch of this, just recap of what you learn. The strength of an acid depends on a concentration of hydronium ion. How many hydronium ion and what is the concentration that we call it strength, right? So it means more hydronium ion, it is concentrated acid. More hydronium ion and less water particle, right? If it is if other way around, contrary, more water and less hydronium ion, so it is dilute acid, right? Simple way. In the same way, the strength of alkali, here we talk about the H3O plus or H plus ion, here we talk about the hydroxyl ion. More hydroxyl ion or more water, right? For example, if you have 10 liter of solution, say 10 ml, 100 ml, for example, let us keep in mind this. In that 100 ml of solution, if you have 70 ml hydronium ion and 30 ml water, so it is highly concentrated hydronium ion, more in number, right? It is concentrated acid, right? Strong acids. It's an acid which dissociates almost completely in aqueous solutions and producing high concentration of hydrogen ions. For example, if you dissolve 100 molecules of HNO3, here they give an example, HNO3, right? If you dissolve 100 molecules of HNO3, right? 100 moles of HNO3 in the water. So when it dissolves, it dissociates, it breaks. When we say dissociate, it breaks. Right? So when it breaks, it dissociates, we call it. But for our understanding, just understand it breaks. The bond is broken in a two charged particles. So when 100 moles of HNO3 dissolve and it dissociates and it gives, if it gives 100 H plus ion, 100 H plus ion, जितना डाला उतना ही वापस मिला हमें, right? 100 H plus ion, high concentration, or say not 100, then let us say 80 H plus ion, for example, right? So then it is, we call it strong acids. I hope you understand what I meant to say is, right? It is concentrated or strong acids. And if we dissolve 100, so this HNO3, H2SO4, HCl, these are strong acids. On the contrary, if you dissolve weak acid, this is weak acid, CH3COOH, acetic acid, so weak acid. When we dissolve this acid, any acid XYZ, when it produces low concentration. So for example, again, if you dissolve 100 moles of given acid XYZ, right, and it gives you back, when you dissolve and dissociates, it gives you back only 30 H plus ion. Then this acid is called weak acid, right? It does not dissociates completely, I would say. Right? So we call it weak acid. On the contrary, the other side, strong alkali, when you dissolve and it gives you back high concentration of hydroxyl ion, OH minus, it is strong alkali. They give examples, NaOH, KOH, these are strong alkalis. Right? And other examples are given, right, with the lithium, right? Lithium hydroxide. Weak alkalis with very less number of hydroxyl ion when it dissociates in the solution, in the water. So we call it weak alkali. They are given, one example is given, NH4OH, and then many follows, right? Calcium hydroxide, COH twice. Then on the basis of concentration of acids and bases, what is the concentration? Is an acid having a relatively high percentage of acid in its aqueous solution. We just learned this here, strength, right? So here we just come again. It's like, you know, in India we generally make a laugh and we make fun of pani we add in the milk and make milk more, right? And then we just simply sometimes speak, say pani pani hai, dudh to hai hi nahi, right? So same here, So more part is water part and less part of the acid. So concentrated acid is an acid having a relatively high percentage of acid in its aqueous solution. Relatively high percentage of acid in aqueous solution. It's called concentration acid, right? And dilute acid, more part of water and less part of a low percentage of hydronium ion, acidic ion, right? So they given the value less than 1 mole per liter is called dilute acid. Less than 1 mole per liter is very less actually, it's simply water I would say, right? Same for the alkali. More hydroxyl ion, it is concentrated alkali, less hydroxyl ion, same, less than 1 mole per liter hydroxyl ion, it is weak alkali, dilute alkali, right? Then again we are learning the classifications. We continue on the basis of basicity of acids and acidity of bases. Now, when we say basicity, it means the number of hydrogen ions which can be produced per molecule of the acid in aqueous solution, or the number of hydroxyl ions OH minus with which one molecule of acid combines on the contrary, right? For the basicity of acids. So when we say basicity of acids, when we say a number of hydrogen ions produced, we let us see monobasic acids. It gives one hydrogen ion. They give an example. So they dissociate in one step in aqueous solution. For example, HCl, it dissolves in the water, it dissociates and gives you hydronium ion plus chloride ion. So it needs only one step to dissociate completely, or in the other sense, it gives you one hydrogen ion. This you learn in class 7. This is a different way of learning. In class 7 you learn that when you dissociate, when you dissolve the acid in an aqueous solution, it dissociates and if it gives one hydrogen ion, it is monobasic. If it gives you 2 H plus ion, it is dibasic. 3 H plus ion, it is tribasic. So we are learning now about a step. It dissociates in one step, right? So, and it gives you one hydrogen ion, right? Now dibasic acids, its basicity is 2. It means, so look at this, you learn this in another way in the previous classes. When H2SO4 dissociates, what you learn is this: H2SO4 dissociates, it gives you 2H plus, right? 2H plus. This is what it is, right? So that is called dibasic. That you will learn. But if you look at in the class 10 level, it says H2SO4 dissociates, and in the first step it gives you HSO4 minus 1 bisulfate ion, right? And then this bisulfate ion again dissociates in the second step, the first step and the second step, and gives you hydronium ion and sulfate ion. So it takes 2 steps. So when we say dibasic acids, either you can say it gives you 2 hydrogen ion, H2H plus ion, or the other way we can say it dissociates in 2 steps. This is the first step, the second step. Then in tribasic acid, says basicity is 3. It ionizes in aqueous solution to produce 3 hydrogen ions per molecule of acids. Can you see this? So this you will learn H3PO4 gives you 3 H plus ion. This you will learn in a previous class. The same thing, but it takes place in 3 steps. H3SO4, the first step, 1 H plus 1 hydrogen ion is removed and it gives you H3 turns to H2 PO4 minus 1 because the valence is not balanced, so it is minus 1. In H2 PO4 minus 1, again we just go further down. In the next step, it gives you H3 plus H PO4 minus 2. Valence is not balanced yet, so still H is there, and this in the third step, H PO4 minus 2 dissociates and gives you PO4 minus 3, and this H join here H2 plus 1. Right? So 3 steps. So this is called tribasic acids. Same way for the hydroxyl ion, acidity of the bases. It says the number of hydroxyl ions, number of OH ions, which can be produced per molecule like this, right, in aqueous solution, or the second way of telling the same thing in the other is number of hydrogen ions with which a molecule of base combines. In this molecule of base, this is called a molecule of base, right? This is a molecule of base. So this is the part of this base, right? This combines with 1 H plus ion, right? So 1 H plus ion plus OH minus, right? It gives you H2O, right? This is what it is. So number of hydrogen ions with which a molecule of base combines is called monoacidic base. Here we can see this NaOH dissociates and gives you 1 hydroxyl ion, right? And a few other examples given. Diacidic base, this is dibasic acid, this is diacidic base. Same here, it generates 2 hydroxyl ion, right? Dissociates in one step in aqueous solution, it generates 2 hydroxyl ion, or it requires 2 hydrogen ion to gives you water molecule. So COH twice, it gives you Ca plus 2 and 2 hydroxyl ion, right? In triacidic base, it gives you 3 hydroxyl ion. Right here, if you look at this, AlOH twice or FeOH twice, when it dissociates in the water, it gives you 3 OH minus. It's 3 hydroxyl ion, right? So this is what about it on the basis of basicity. Then they are given few other examples how dissociates. NaOH, tribasic acids H3PO4. It forms 3 salts. You can look at this. This is very important. It have 3 replaceable hydrogen ions. If you look at this is alkali and this is acid, right? So this acid, when it dissociates and it reacts with the hydroxyl ion, it gives you 3 salts. This is the first salt. It reacts and displaces 1H, NaH2. So it was H3, it turns to H2. The first salt, right? So it is acidic salt. Monosodium dihydrogen phosphate, it is acidic salt because it contains acid here. Then further down it reacts again 2 NaOH and H3PO4. Here it was 1 NaOH. It gives you NaH2. If you take 2 NaOH, this sodium will replace only 2 hydrogen, right? So Na2HPO4. So again here we have acid. So it is again acidic salt, right? And then if you treat this with the 3 NaOH, 3 moles of NaOH, H3PO4, it gives you purely salt Na3PO4. This is normal salt. It says normal salt. These two are acidic salt. Right? These two acidic salt. This last one is a normal salt. This is acidic and this is also acidic because it contains hydrogen. Right? So this is basic thing about the classification. Now formation of hydronium and hydroxyl ion. This you learn in a previous lesson. Right? This you learn in. So this is very important. You just take a time and just understand this. There are two things we are going to say. Two theories: Arrhenius theory and Lowry-Bronsted theory. Arrhenius theory: acids are substances which dissociates in aqueous solution to give hydrogen ion. Strong acids dissociates completely. Weak acid dissociates partially. Right? There, and then Lowry-Bronsted theory: acids are proton donors and bases are proton acceptors. In this theory, just they have distinguished these two things, right? Now, when it's a proton, H plus ion is called proton, right? Because in this, if you look at this, it is 1H1, right? So when you say 1H1, it means it has 1 electron and 1 proton, right? And then when it gives away, it gives you proton. This is proton. Electron is not there. Electron is already given out. So it is proton, right? H plus ion. So we call it proton. So HCl, it gives you H plus Cl minus. While the basis NH3, it reacts, it receives H plus ion, it turns to NH4 plus ion. So ammonium ion, it accepts or receives proton. So when you say bases are proton acceptor, acids are proton donor or gives, right? Now hydronium, how it forms? This is HXOXH, right? This is not it is H. They have given so big, so I make mistake. This is the electron, right? This you learned in the previous lesson number 2. So it's share the electrons, and we have the water particle, water molecule, right? And then it receives this is we called the dative bond. You learned this in the previous lesson, right? So these two lone pairs are shared with the coming hydrogen, with the receiving hydrogen, and turns to H3O plus. If you look at this, these are two lone pairs here, and at HCl when dissociate, it gives a share the lone pair here. H does not have anything, so it share and receives from the oxygen, the lone pair, right? And it turns into the hydronium ion. A proton released from acid adds on the lone pair of electrons of the oxygen atom of the water molecule, and the hydrogen ion accepts the lone pair of electrons, forming covalent bond. This you learned in the previous lesson, right? This is what is sharing of the lone pair from oxygen side, right? Hydroxyl ion, OH minus 1. It says a formation from alkalis in aqueous solution. NH3, it reacts with the water, it gives you ammonium ion plus hydroxyl ion. So here, proton is released from the water, H2O, and adds on to the lone pair of the electrons of the nitrogen atom of the ammonium molecule. The hydrogen ion accepts the lone pair of electrons. Ammonia is a polar covalent compound. This you all learn in a previous lesson. It's a gradual learning, that you call it. There's a large difference in electronegativity between the nitrogen and hydrogen in ammonia molecule. Now preparation. How do we prepare acids and bases? I am going to finish this first topic about the acids and bases, and then we will turn to the new lesson, new topic about the salts. Once we finish this little bit. So in the next video we are going to see about the preparation.